What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys today because we're going to be taking a look at the Fire King structure deck. Yeah, so if you guys have been legitimately under a rock, the Fire Kings are getting a structure deck here at TCG. Now, they got it already in the OCG because, of course, they're always months ahead of us and sets ahead of us as well. And the thing about this is the Fire King structure deck is basically our TCG version of what the OCG got for the Fire Kings, which was our structure deck Onslaught of the Fire Kings. If you guys don't remember Onslaught of the Fire King structure deck, that was actually the original structure deck for the TCG and OCG for the Fire King. So the Fire King archetype is circumvented around fire attributed monsters that are Beast, Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast. And their archetypal gimmick is to destroy their own cards to gain effects that will give them advantages in duel. One of their bigger ones, of course, is to summon high-level fire monsters from your deck that have a tremendous amount of abilities attached to them. So what do you do when Sacred Phoenix and Nethys can now destroy monsters? Well, you call that monster High King Avatar Garunix. And then what do you do when that monster just isn't strong enough? Well, you give it a higher version of itself. And then give it an exceed version of it. Yeah, they legitimately did that. Not only gave them a reprint of their boss monster and an upgrade to their boss monster in the main deck, but they also gave that monster an extra deck monster as well. And they're all coming in this. Because Vikings are actually pretty good, but the slowdown was that, yeah, they had to start destroying themselves. What was funny enough is that in the once Yaksha came out, the deck actually has some stability, but it wasn't strong enough stability to, well, put it into certain frames for certain things. Once those certain things in that certain frame came together, literally the TCG and the LCG. I'm sorry, something just happened. But literally, once those things came into fruition, um, literally, this is WordPress. So, okay, I have confirmation for some cards because the other thing I wanted to point out was, according to YO Organization, two cards have now been changed. And their names have been changed at the last minute, which understandable for some. For one, the other one not so much. And I will explain that once we get to it. But there are a ton of things in here in terms of reprints. There's a ton of things in here in terms of cash grabs. If you're looking for a really good fire attributed structure deck that isn't Salamander, I guess this will be the second one. So with that said, why don't we go ahead and we take a look at it. So for the startup, we have Fire King Avatar, Sacred Fire King Garunix. We have Fire King High Avatar Karen. And then we have Fire King Avatar Rangbali. Rangbali is actually one of the monsters that had its name changed because in the OCG it is called Hungman. And I believe it is based off of the monkey spirit from Hindu and Indian. I think it's Hindu, from the Hindu gods, Hungman. Because I also think, if I'm not mistaken, this monster is in Puzzles and Dragons. I believe I have a couple of stones of that monster because it helps me evolve some other cards. But anyway, we have Fire King Avatar Garunas, Barong, Yaksha, and Kirin making their reappearance and reprints. We also have reprints of Blaster, the Dragon Ruler of Infernos, Burner, the Dragon Ruler of Sparks, Coach Captain Bearman, Coach Soldier Wolfbark. We have True King Aguni Agunimazu Agunimazu or Agunimazu, the Vanisher. Then we have Infernal Flame Emperor. For those who don't know, Infernal Flame Emperor, that was the first fire attribute structure. He was the boss monster of that structure. These are circumvented around summoning fire monsters and inflicting burn damage to your opponent through the effects of fire. Then we had Guguran, the Mad Flame Kaiju, the Burning Maws. We have Bonfire Colossus, Second Phoenix Amethys, Royal Flamestorm Guard, Spirits of Flame, Fencing Fiery Ferret, Firebrand Hemist, Alpha, the Master of Beasts, Drolan Lockbird. We have the spells Fire King Sanctuary and Fire King um, Burn, Onslaught of the Fire King, Circle of Fire Kings, Rekindling, Fire Formation Pinky, Dark Hole Trade, and Herald of the Abyss, and Shilan of the Fire Kings, which is the other card that had its name changed because I believe it's called Combined Strike in the OCG. Then we have Chain Destruction, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Judgment, Infinity Impermanence, Power Sting Stone, Coach King Grand Trainer, Diamond Direwolf, Hita the Flame Charmer Ablaze, Garunix Entity Hanging of the Fire Kings, Legendary Fire Kings Phoenix, Fire King High Avatar Garunix, Fire King Avatar Abbott, and Fire King Island. So those are all of the cards and names that were changed. And just for those who want to know, Solemn Judgment is replacing Appointer of the Red Lotus. Yes, Appointer of the Red Lotus is in the OCG version of the trick deck, while the TCG version got Solemn Judgment. And of course, for those who don't know what Solemn Judgment is, that's that nice counter trap that everyone makes the references to about God. Because, yeah, Solemn Judgment is actually the entity of God or Jesus, and he's striking down his judgment on people. And there's the whole archetype circulating around the solemn cards, the forbidden cards, in the Dark Lords. Because the Dark Lords are, of course, the fallen angels. Their names are, I forget what the term of it is, but it's basically just nominations of the angel forms of particular monster. I'm surprised there isn't, like, there is deep lore to it, though. Don't get me wrong. Oh, trust me, don't get me wrong. There is deep lore to it. But, just looking at everything overall, this is a pretty solid fire structure deck if you're not playing if you're not playing Salamangreat. I'm sorry, I'm going to mention Salamangreat so much because literally Salamangreat has taken over the fire attributes. We haven't had anything really pure about fire for a long period of time. Like fire at this point has either been the Beast family through Fire Kings, linking through with the Salamangreat, and then insert random burn card here. That's literally what Fire has now become. It's not a bad thing. It means Fire has its own entities. There are little things here and there with the Durag being a fire attribute. There was a lot of the support cards for the Flame Veil. There are DT, so they're dual tournament stuff that's on their own. But it's just nice that we know that the year of the fire is still going strong for the TCG. It's sad though because it's the end of the TCG run for 2023, and this is the last stretch deck for 2023 for the TCG. But I think this is a really good one to go out on because there's a good amount of reprints in here that people will definitely grab to, especially that Draw and Lockbird and that Infinity Permeates. There's a whole bunch of this Fire King stuff people are going to thumbs up and enjoy. And I'm leaning, like I said, it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid fire attributed structure deck. If you love Fire Kings and you want to play Fire Kings again, this is definitely the one to go to. Um, Outside of anything really, you had one small change, and that was two name changes. And then I guess the big change would be the Pointer of the Red Lotus being removed from the TCG version. But the thing, a Pointer of the Red Lotus is forbidden. Because why? They don't like cards that disrupt the hand play. I don't know why they had like four different archetypes built around it, but sure. But yeah, it's just it's one of those things that is a thing that is a thing that just it is what it is. It just is what it is. So benefits to it, like I said, you got Joel Logbird, you got Infinity Impermanence. If you want to look for some OG staples, Dark Hole, Trade In, Kinky, Rekindle, Torrential, Solemn. You have, oh, excuse me about that, I'm sorry. You have a lot of those going for you. So, it's pick or choose things. I'm actually quite happy that we got another structure deck that king with an extra deck that can be viable to them because Coach King, Diamond Dire Wolf, Hita are some good ones. You have their own. They have the Sacred Fire. No, no, I'm sorry. They have the um, Dying of the Fire Kings, and I humbly apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly because it's supposed to be replacement for the name or the phrase for God or king deity. So it's just funny because they have several cards in the card code. So it's probably just to replace the term for God, which understandable. Religious things, they don't want to touch that. You get a chance to be really good about that. But like I said, overall, if you want to pick these up, go for it. There's some really cool things to pick up on. There will be some really hot reprints in here. Keyword hot. And yeah, this is it. My biggest suggestion if you want to play Fire King I would suggest either pure or splashable stuff. Maybe slashing new bell. See how much you like it. See where you go from there. You should be fine. With that said, if there's anything you guys would like to add to help anyone who's coming into the game and they want to play Fire Kings, you can leave that information in the comment section below. And if there's anything you would like to add to the conversation, definitely leave it in the comment section as well. So with that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap up my video here for the Fire King structure deck. You guys um, help out with the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, as those are things that help out the channel. It helps it grow. Hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. My social media links, they are in the description box below. If you want to catch me on Instagram and TikTok, you definitely catch me there. With that said and done, thanks everyone for watching. HBJ signing out. Take care.